Hey everyone, this is Zach with MTG Poke Hero, and today we are going to be looking at the rest of our Ixalan Spoilers, all of our black cards. Our first one is Anointed Deacon, so for 4 and a black, you get a Vampire Cleric. At the beginning of your combat, on your turn, you may have target vampire get +2/+0 until end of turn. And it's a 3/3. Oh no, not too bad. Just being able to pump up one of your guys to get a couple extra points in is really decent. It's just going to see play in limited, and that's okay, but it's definitely great for that, and not a bad body on a 3 for a 3/3. This is our black out of the 1-drop for 8 ability. This is Blightkeeper. It's a Bat Imp flying. So for 7 and a black, sacrifice Blightkeeper. Target opponent loses 4 life, and you gain 4 life. It's 1/1. First of all, it's got evasion. That's great. It's a late mana sing that deals damage to your opponent, but you get 4 life. I think it could be something for limited, but definitely a late game kind of card, especially for that ability. It's a lot for 8 mana. All of them is a lot for 8 mana, which is okay. The next one is Contract Killing. So for 3 and 2 black, destroy target creature. You get to create 2 treasure tokens. Definitely can go in that mass production deck. Just going to say that right off the bat. And 3 mana for sorcery to be able to kill something, that's a great rate. Just saying. You got to get to 5 mana, but still you get 2 mana back. It's good. It's great and limited. Baby standard, and probably not though, unless you do it in that mass production deck. Definitely it's going to be a limited, awesome piece of removal. Next one is Costly Plunder. So for 1 and a black, instant as an additional cost to casting it, you sacrifice an artifact or a creature, draw 2 cards. So basically, you could give up a treasure token, you can give up some creature that you've been that's not really been doing work like it's supposed to, and draw 2 cards. It really seems like Pirates is getting a lot. It feels like this is supposed to go in a Pirates deck. I mean, for it to plunder, pretty decent card, and maybe in standard, but I don't know if the Pirates are really going to need a draw spell like this, but good and limited. Dark Nourishment. So for 4 and a black, it deals 3 damage to target creature or player. You gain 3 life. Pretty interesting little instant. Great and limited. Probably won't see any play outside of there, unless probably Commander. That's about it. The next one is Desperate Castaways. For 1 and a black, it can attack unless you control an artifact. It's a 2/3. So for 2 mana, you get a 2/3 body, which is really good. The downside is it can't attack unless you have basically a treasure token. You should be able to make it, but all in all, I don't think it's something you should be picking to be using in limited unless you're really just pooping out those treasure tokens. Next one is Dire Fleet Hoarder. So for 1 and a black, whenever it dies, you get to create a treasure token for a 2/1. Definitely goes really well with our last card we were talking about. All in all, decent for a 2/1, and then you get to get a mana back for it. I like it. I can definitely see this in limited. Probably not in standard though. Next one is Dire Fleet Interloper. So for 3 and a black, it has Menace, and you can explore. So you can get a 3/3 Menace, or you can get a 2/2 extra land. I really like Explore. I think it's a neat mechanic. Definitely you should play it in limited. Next one is Fathom Feet Cutthroat. So for 3 and a black, whenever it enters the battlefield, destroy target creature an opponent controls that dealt damage this turn. So I think it's really good. It's definitely like a hate card, so it kind of gets a little bit of revenge. It's really neat. Limited All-Star. Next one is Grim Captain's Call. So for 2 and a black, sorcery, return target pirate from your graveyard to your hand. Then, the same for a vampire, a dinosaur, and a merfolk. I thought this card was really interesting. It just brings it's like, these are your tribes. You can bring them back. Limited, I think, is definitely the best where it needs to go to. The next one is Heartless Pillage. This card's artwork looks so sad because it's heartless. 2 and a black, sorcery, target opponent discards 2 cards. If you attack this turn and has raid, create a treasure token. This can go into that mono black discard deck that people are trying to work out. Gives you an extra mana. I like the treasure tokens. At first I didn't really like them, but it seems like it's going to be pretty good. Limited probably is where it will see play, unless something we can work out the mono black discard deck in standard. March of the Drowned. Insert black sorcery, choose one. Return target creature from your graveyard to your hand, or return 2 target pirate cards from your graveyard to your hand. I like how it has the Pirates of the Caribbean feel from it. You can definitely see the Skull Pirates that return them back. I think it's pretty good. I think you could maybe go either way. In standard, if the Grixis Pirates works out, I think this could go in there as a sideboard card, to help with board wipes. Or just not reanimates, it just brings back another card. You get to put it in your hand, possibly like a Torrential Gearhulk if something happens, but I think it's really good and limited, possibly in standard, just to be able to bring back your pirates though. Mark of the Vampire. So for 3 and a black, you get an enchantment, Aurora. That enchanted creature gets +2/+2 and has lifelink. We saw the white vampire with a +2/+, with 2/2 lifelink. I just think it's kind of funny that you can combine those cards and give it to somebody else. Definitely really good in limited. Next one is Queen's Agent. He seems very proper. He is definitely got a little Captain Morgan in him. So for 5 and a black, it is a Vampire Scout with lifelink. Whenever it enters, it explores. So you can get an extra land or get a 4/4 lifelinker for 6. It's pretty decent. I like it. Limited All-Star. Ruthless Nav. So for 2 and a black, you get an Orc Pirate. It's a 3/2. If you sack a creature for 2, you get to create 2 treasure tokens. So you can basically get rid of some of your guys who ain't doing too much, and then you get some extra ramp. That's pretty neat. Maybe. Probably not really in standard, but limited, he'll be good. Seeker Squire. So for 1 and black, whenever it enters the battlefield, it explores. And it's a human scout. At first I thought it was a vampire because you can tell the armor is really like, she's got the golden armor and she looks like she could be a vampire. But maybe what it is she's trying to convert. It's okay though. So a 2/3 for 2, we've talked about them, pretty decent rates. I would definitely play this over the guys who can't attack unless they control an artifact. Definitely decent for limited in that aspect. The next one is Sky March Bloodletter. So for 2 and a black, flying, whenever it enters the battlefield, target opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. And it's a 2/2. Really good evasion, kind of attacks on some life drain there, you get some life gain. Decent vampire. We'll have to see where it goes at, but I would probably put this more in the limited category. This card is actually pretty decent. Spreading Rot, so for 4 and a black, so for 5, never mind, that rate's not decent. Sorcery, destroy target land, its controller loses 2 life. Meh? We're going to go with meh. Avoid it at all costs. It seems good, but it's not. The next one is Vanquish the Weak. So for 2 and a black, destroy target creature with power 3 or less. Okay, so we saw a card very similar to this in, I think it was either Battle for Zendikar, I think is what it was. And it was the 2 black Devoid card that exiled them. And that didn't see any play, and I don't think this is going to see any play. And it's probably the only play you'll see in this in limited. And that's okay, and that's probably where it should stay. It probably won't make its way over to standard unless something really strange happens. But we'll see. We're going to have a new standard, and everything will shape up in a different way, but we'll just keep an eye on it. This card is so good. Sword Point Diplomacy. So for 2 and a black, you get a sorcery. Reveal the top 3 cards of your library. For each of those cards, put that card into your hand unless your opponent plays 3 life. Then exile the rest. You're holding them at the sword point. What kind of stings is, you're giving them the choice, though. I mean, you're getting the ability to draw 3 cards, but you're also being able to give them a chance to get rid of something you might have needed. They get a kind of control that goes in your hand. I like it. I really do. I just don't like giving my opponent options. I'm a control freak, so that's where I have issues with the card. But I think maybe black needs a decent draw spell. This would be it. It just reminds me too much of like Steam Augury. Just other than that, all in all, decent card. We'll probably see it in standard. Definitely we'll see it unlimited. And I really just like how he's trying to hold the treasure chest, but he ain't going to get that treasure. That vampire angry. All in all, though, black is shaping up to be interesting. We'll have to see where it goes from here. I'm super excited. The goal is to finish everything, so that way you guys will have all the spoilers. So, my name is Zach, and this has been MTG Poke Hero video. If you liked us, please like, subscribe, tell your friends about us. We're trying to grow the channel, and may the top decks be forever in your favor. Thanks.